Hello everyone, today I want to practice skill speaking in English in the secure 2026 decree, government decree. I think I want to record this video because when I want to practice English about the law on the pharmacist, I listen to them. Okay, tab 1, General Regulation. Article 1, Scope and Application. This circular provides detailed regulation on the number of articles of the law on pharmaceuticals number 105 over 2016, Quid 8, third, amended supplemented on law number 44 2024, Quid 15, hereafter referred to as the law on the pharmaceuticals, and decree number 163 over 2025 decree, government decree concerning categories related to drug and drug draw material that require special control include list of narcotic substance as prescribed in clause 17 Article 2 of the law on the pharmaceutical, list of psychotropic substance as described in clause 18 Article 2 of the law on the pharmaceuticals. List of precursors used in pharmaceutical as described in clause 19 Article 2 of the law on the pharmaceuticals. Tablet of the concentrating sentence limit for the narcotic substance in combination drawn as the prescribed in clause 20 Article 2 of the law on pharmaceuticals. Table of the concentration of the content limit for psychotropic substance in combination drawn as prescribed in clause 21 Article 2 of the law on pharmaceuticals. Table of the concentration limit and content of the precursor substance used as medicine in combination drawn as prescribed in clause 22 Article 2 of the law on the pharmaceuticals. The list of drug and pharmaceutical substances included in the list of substances prohibited for use of the sentence industry and food in publish according to the decision of the Ministry of Health as stipulated in point B, clause 2, Article 29 of Decree number 132, 2025 decree, government decree, activities related to the storage, production, compounding, dispensing, use, disposal, delivery, transportation, reporting, documentation, and record concerning drug and drug draw material must be subject to special control for establishments engaged in non-commercial pharmaceutical activities as stipulated in clause 2 Article 35 in the law on the pharmaceuticals. Activities related to the supply and radioactive drug as stipulated in the clause 2 Article 18.5 of the law on pharmaceuticals. Record books related document concerning drug and drug draw material subject to special control as stipulated in Article 31 of Decree number 2 63 2025 decree number government decree. Article 2 assurance of the list of drugs subject to special control and the table of the limit on the concentration of the content of the narcotic substances, psychotropic substances, and precursors used in combination drugs. The list of narcotic substances is specified Appendix 1 attached in this circular and the table of the concentration of the content limits for narcotic substances in the combining drug is special in the Appendix 4 attached to this circular. This circular. Okay. This circular. Okay. The list of psychotropic substances is regulated in the appendix 2 attached of this circular and the tab table of the central station and content limit is psychotropic substances in combining drug regulated is appendix 5 attachment. This circular psychotropics mean the classification. Okay, this the classification of the narcotic drugs, psychotropic drugs, precursors. Precursor drugs. Combining precursors drugs, combination drugs containing narcotic substances, combination drug containing psychotropic substances, and combination drug containing precursors shall be carried out in accordance with the provision of the appendix 7 issued together with the circular. Drug and pharmaceutical substances list of the drug and pharmaceutical substances that are prohibited from use in sentence, industries, and field as announced by the Ministry of Health in accordance with the Clause 2, Article 29 of Decree Number 163 2025 Decree Government Decree. Tab 2. The activities of the storage, production, compounding, dispensing. Dispense is mean. Dispensing, use, disposal, deliver, transportation, and reporting of drug, pharmaceutical drug materials subject to special control and establishment engaged in non-commercial pharmaceutical activities. Preservation, establishment engaged in non-commercial pharmaceutical activity must comply with the requirement of the good storage practice for medicine and pharmaceutical drug materials, including narcotic drugs, psychotropic drugs, precursors, drugs, and drug material that are narcotic substances, psychotropic substances, and precursors used in the manufacture of drugs must be stored in the separate, securely locked cabinet. It must be kept together with another drugs and or draw material. If there is no separated cabinet, narcotic drugs may be stored in the same cabinet, shelved or dragged as psychotropic drug and precursor drug, but they must be arranged separate for each type of the drug, clearly labeled to avoid confusion. Psychotropic drugs stored in the counter or cabinet of the commune level health station or clinics must be securely locked and have a desired position in the chart of the management. Combination drug containing narcotic substances, combination drug containing psychotropic substances, and combination drug containing precursors must be kept in separate uh, areas and must not be stored in another room. Radioactive material must be stored in a separate, securely locked and warehouse and cabinet. Ensure radiation safety and security, and preventing environment radiation exposure in the accordance with regulation of the law on atomic engineer and energy. Poisonous, germ, and toxic raw material used in a medicine must be kept in separate area, not mixed with another germ, and must be neatly arranged to avoid the confusion and be easily visible within the storage area. Narcotic drugs, psychotropic drugs, and precursor drugs in the on-the-call medicinal cabinet in an emergency medicine cabinet must be kept in separate compartment section, not mixed with another drugs, and must be kept and dispensed by the on-call nurse according to medicine or another on on-call medicine cabinet and emergency medicine cabinet must have a secure lock, and the quantity and type of the drug keeps in on-call medicine cabinet in emergency medicine cabinet shift and the person in the chain of the drug from the previous shift must hand over the quantity of the drug and the drug tracking log to a person in the charge of drug from the test shift, where handing over the person handing over the person receiving must send the drug trusting log. The drug manager responsible for the medicinal control and department of non-commercial and pharmaceutical facilities and responsible for the managing, dispensing, and fully recording the quality of the narcotic drug, psychotropic drug, precursor drug, and drug draw materials that are narcotic substances, psychotropic substances, or precursors used in the manufacturers of the drug. The drug in a register according to the form prescribed in the appendix and night appendix 8 attached in this circular. The warehouse management in the hospital pharmacy department, the person managing drug and pharmaceutical raw material must have the appropriate professional qualification at a facility with non-commercial pharmaceutical activities, hereafter preferred to as the drug manager, and must have the following qualifications. For narcotic drug, where the drug raw materials are the narcotic substances, the drug manager at the hospital pharmacy departments must meet in the requirement of Clause 1 Article 9 of Circular Number 22 2011 Circular Ministries of Health Regulation, the organization and the operating of the hospital pharmacy department. The drug manager of the non-commercial pharmaceutical establishments must have a professional qualification, at least a vocational college degrees in the pharmacies. For psychotropic drug, precursor drug, and drug raw materials that are psychotropic substances and precursors used in the drug manufacturing, the drug managers of establishment with the non-commercial pharmaceutical activities must have a professional qualification of the at least or secondary level in the pharmacies. For rare pharmaceuticals, the person in charge of the management the medication must have a professional qualification at the intermediate level in the pharmacist or be a doctor, technician, or nurse for that has received training in radiation safety and have been assigned the task in writing by the head of the facilities. In addition to the personnel are specified in points A, B, and C in this clause, the head of the facility is responsible for assigning the personnel to managers in departments, wards, and units that use in accordance with the actual human resources situation at the facility, ensuring that no germs requiring special control are lost. In case their establishment engage the non-commercial pharmaceutical activities and not have personnel meeting the requirements specified in point 8 and B of this clause, this head of the establishment shall assign the task in the writing to the drug manager with professional qualification at the level of medicinal assessment or higher. Article 4 Production and Blending. The production of the drug requiring special control act. Facilities engaged on the non-commercial pharmaceutical activities shall comply with the regulation in this circular number 28 2025 circular Ministry of Health and Manufacturing Practice for Drug and Drug raw materials. Article 4 Dispensing, use and exposure of medicinal and pharmaceutical raw material. For medicinal examination and treatment facilities, excluding facilities for opioid addiction treatment using substitute drug rehabilitation centers and infirmaries of the detention facility manager by the Ministry of Public Security. The dispensing of the use of the drug requiring special control shall be carried out according with the regulation in circular number 23 2011 circular Ministry of Health guideline use of the drug and medicinal facility with the inpatient pets as amended the supplemented by the circular number 15 2027 circular health medicinal Ministry of Health. Hereafter prefer to add circular 23 2011 circular Ministry of Health. In cases wherein the medicinal examination and treatment facility use raw material for the preparation of the medicinal that requires special control, the dispensation and using these raw materials shall be carried out in accordance with the provision of the clause 3 in this circular. For opioid addiction treatment facility using substitute therapy, the dispensation, the using the methadone shall comply with the regulation circular 2023 26 2023 Ministry of Health, ensuring a guideline for the management of the methadone for the invention or use of the drug requiring special control or opioid addiction treatment facility using substitution therapy. Uh, the following is procedure shall apply. Treatment department and clinics shall comply a list of the needs and prepare the drug requisition for the narcotic drug, psychotropic drug, and precursor drug according to form number 1 attachment to circular number 23/2011 circular health ministry for their respective departments was the pharmacies department dispenses drug to treatment departments and clinics according to the drug requisition form. The must monitor and record the quantities of the narcotic drug, psychotropic drug, and precursor drug issue received in the stock in the register according to the form prescribed in appendix 8 attached in this circular. A treatment department and clinic after receiving medication, the assigned person must verify the drug name, concentration, dosage, expiration date, and quantity before administering injection or dispensing. Provide instructions for use and directly dispense the mentioned medication to the patient. For narcotic drugs, psychotropic drugs, and precursor drugs that are not fully used or are returned to the pharmacy department due to patient transfer to another facility or death, the treatment department or clinic must prepare a return form to the pharmacy department. The head of the pharmacy department must decide, based on specific circumstances, whether to reuse or destroy them according to regulation and prepare a record to the keeps at the facility. The head of the pharmacist department or a person with a college degree in pharmacist or higher, assigned in writing by the head of the facility, signed in approve of the drug requisition form from the narcotic drug, psychotropic drug, and precursor drug, and for the treatment department or clinic. A head of the treatment department or deputy head of the treatment department assigned an writing by the head of the department or the head of the clinic or deputy head of the clinic assigned in the writing by the head of the clinic shall sign the proof the drug requisition form from the narcotic drug, psychotropic drug, and precursor drug, and their department of war or holiday in cases in urgent drug request on the duty doctor medicinal assigned in the permitted to cite the drug requisition form. The dispensing and use of the drug requires special control in ephemerized or detention facilities managed by the Ministry of Public Security, Drug Rehabilitation Center, and another non-commercial pharmaceutical facilities, except those specified in Clause 1 and 2 of this circular. Article, and the dispensing or used raw material or foreign trade requires special control or non-commercial facility shall be carried out as follows. A. The head of the department requires the use and person assigned in the task and shall prove the drug and pharmaceutical raw material requires form according to the symbol described in appended uh, uh, appended uh, 12 penetrate attached to this circular. The head of department using the drug and raw material for their intended purpose and must hand over the unused drug and raw material or to the department or personnel in the charge of the management managing the drug and raw materials requiring special control. Non-commercial First, pharmaceutical establishment shall carry out the destruction of the drug requiring special control, including packaging and direct contact with narcotic drugs, psychotropic drugs, and precursor narcotic substances, psychotropic substances, and precursor sinew pharmaceuticals, and stipulated in Article 36 in Decree number 263 2025 Government Decree. If the establishment does not have a person in the professional pharmaceutical responsibility, the drug destruction cases must include the head of the pharmacy department or a person decided in task by the head of the establishment. Article 6. Delivery and transportation. Delivery and transportation of drug and drug raw material require special control between the facilities must comply with general regulation on the delivery transporting of the avoid. Okay, in the cases where the drug retailer for medicine examination and treatment facilities receive part narcotic drug and psychotropic drug or precursor drug when the patient do not use them all and died. Record the drug received must be made in 2 copies according to the form specified in appendix 18. Issued with this circular, the received the drug must be stored in the secure areas to prevent loss and destroyed according with the law. Article 7 reporting before January 15th in each year, establishment engaged to non-commercial pharmaceutical activities share prepare reports on import, export, inventory, and use in narcotic drug and psychotropic drug and precursor drug or radioactive drug and combination drug containing precursors used in report form specified in appendix 9 attached in this circular and submit them to the following agencies: and Ministry Medical Department, Ministry and National Defense are for the secure for the facilities under the management of the ministries and national defense and health department, ministry of public security, or case where the facility fall under the management of the ministry of public security. um, the ministry medicinal department, ministries and national defense defense are the facility under the management of the ministry or national defense. The health department, ministry of public security for case where the facility fall under the management of the ministry or public security. The specialized health agency under the People Commit the provide where the facility is headquartered. In case where the facility does not fall under points A and B in this clause before February 15th in each year, Military's Medicinal Department, Ministry of National Defense and Health Department, Ministry of Public Security shall prepare annual report in this situation of the use of narcotic drug, psychotropic drug, precursor drug, radioactive drug, and combination drug containing precursors by facility under their management. The specialized health agency under the People Commit of the provinces shall also report manually on the situation of the use of narcotic drug, psychotropic drug, and precursor drug, radioactive drug, and combination drugs combining SCUSA by facility in their respective area, excluding facility under the management of the Ministry of National Defense and Ministries of Public Security. To the Ministry of Health, according to the report from specified in Appendix 10 attached to this circular. Emergency report within 48 hours from the time and discovery error or losses. The radioactive drug, narcotic drug, psychotropic drug, precursor drug, combination drug containing precursors and raw materials for drug manufacturers that are narcotic substances, psychotropic substances, or precursors used in the drug manufacturers. Establishment engaged in non-commercial pharmaceutical activities shall prepare a written report and send it to the corresponding agency specified in clause 1 of this circular, according to the report form specified in Appendix 11 attached in this circular. The report stipulated in clauses 1 to 3 in this circular must be submitted in online when the military medicine department, Ministry of National Defense and Health Department, Ministry of Public Security. Specified health agency under the People Committees of provinces and the Ministry of Health deploy software for receiving report. Chapter 3 is radioactive drug supply activities. Okay. Article 8 provision or radio pharmaceuticals. medicinal facilities that have been authorized to manufacture and prepare radiopharmaceuticals may supply radiopharmaceuticals their manufacturers and prepare to another medicinal facility where the quantities and radiopharmaceuticals product and prepare for the treatment at their facility exist actual needs. Medicinal examination and treatment facility that produce and prepare radioactive drugs and medicinal examination and treatment facility that receive radioactive drugs as prescribed in clause 1 of this circular article shall be responsible for the quality, safety, and effectiveness of the drugs. Before January 31st of each year, facilities supplied radiopharmaceuticals as stipulated in this clause 1 of this circular must prepare a report on the supplied and radiopharmaceuticals or previous year and submit it to the Ministry of Health, Drug Administration Department, and specialized health agency under the People Commit of the province where the facility supplied in drug has the production and compounding site using the report form specified on appendix 8 attached of this circular. Chapter 4 Record box documentation related to medicine and pharmaceutical raw materials must be subject to special control. Article 9 Recording and document for production facility. Establishment manufactures narcotics drugs, psychotropic drugs, precursor drugs, and drug raw materials that are narcotic substances, psychotropic substances, and precursor used in drug production. Must establish managers maintain complete record and logbook as follows: a logbook for monitoring the preparation and production of narcotic drugs, psychotropic drugs, and precursor drugs following the sample logbooks prescribed in appendix appendix 14 attached of this circular. Register of the tracking the import, export, and registry of the narcotic drugs, psychotropic drugs, precursor drugs, and raw material drugs manufacturing that are narcotic substances. Psychotropic substances are precursors used in drug production and according with the register described in appendix 9 attached in this circular. Drug release form for narcotic drugs, psychotropic drugs, precursor drugs, drug raw material that are narcotic substances, and psychotropic substances and precursors used in drug manufacturers according to the form prescribed appendix 15 attached on this to this circular. Document related to the purchase and sale of narcotic drugs, psychotropic drugs, precursor drugs, and raw materials and drug manufacturers that are narcotic substances, psychotropic drug substances, and precursor used in the drug production. Manufacturers facility producing combination drug containing narcotic substances, combination drug containing psychotropic substances, combination drugs containing precursor, toxic raw material, and drug production, and drug and drug pharmaceutical substances. The list of drug and pharmaceutical substances prohibit for use in certain industries and field must be established, managed, and maintained complete record and tracking laws as follow. Sorry. Okay, a register for tracking the import, export, inventory of the raw material for the drug manufacturing, including narcotic substances, psychotropic substances, and secursor used in drug production, using a register form specified in Appendix 8 attached of this circular. A register for the trust import, export, inventory of the combination drugs containing narcotic substances, combination drugs and containing psychotropic substances, and combination drugs containing precursors using a register form specified in Appendix 16 attached of this circular. The raw material released for drug manufacturing, which include narcotic substances, psychotropic substances, and precursors used in the drug production, shall follow the sample form that specified in Appendix 15 attached of this circular. A register for tracking the import-export inventories of the toxic drug materials for the pharmaceutical drug and pharmaceutical substances include the list of the drug and pharmaceutical substances prohibited for use in certain industry and field according to the register published prescribed in appendix 16 attached in this circular. A document related to the proposed and share the pharmaceutical raw material, including narcotic substances, psychotropic substances, precursors used in pharmaceuticals, combining drugs combining narcotic substances, combination drug containing psychotropic substances, combination drug containing precursor, toxic drug and toxic raw material for pharmaceuticals, and drug pharmaceutical substances. List of the drug pharmaceutical substances prohibited for the fields for use in certain industry and fields. Radiopharmaceutical manufacturing facilities must establish, manage, and maintain complete and record and logbooks as follows. A logbook for the preparation and production and radiopharmaceuticals. Radiopharmaceutical recently attached humor. Just this. Established export combining contain narcotic substances, combination drug containing psychotropic substances, combination drugs containing precursor, toxic raw material for drug production, and drug and pharmaceutical substances. List of the drug and pharmaceutical substances prohibited for use in certain industry and field must establish, manage, and maintain complete record and tracking laws of the follow. A logbook. A logbook tracking import, export, and inventory combination drug. I'm so tired in my mouth and I need to make the rest. Thank you for listening.